Hey, how you doing, guys? I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for tuning in onto one of my videos. So I was talking to a bunch of friends of mine, just having a debate about what it is being a man, and the elevation a human can transform. I'm sure you've met someone who had nothing and had a whole lot of something. We don't want to count the guys who won the lotto, but I could ask you right now, you probably don't know anyone that hit the lotto. You know what I mean? So, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about exactly how it's only okay for life to be difficult. It's crazy, right? I sure majority of us, including myself, we want things to be easy. It just makes life a bit easy. You know what I mean? If things are easy, your day goes about a bit better. Your moods don't swing like that. You become more stable emotionally. And you in the process you become happy. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, guys. To get the honey, you got to go through the bees. It's as simple as that. To get to the honey, you got to go through the bees. Now, this happens with a lot of things, guys. It'd be chasing a school degree, it'd be chasing that girl, it'd be chasing that dream car that you want, the certain status that you desire, that job position you've been wanting. Everything is competition, guys. Everything's competition. Hell, you apply for a job interview, you may have to find out. They may not tell you, but you may find out that they went through 300 CVs before you got that job. That's one way you know you're very special. It's all competition, guys. It's all competition. And some competition is not just up front in your face, like boom, bam, it's competition time, run, boy. Not all competition is like that. But when you at that red light and you look to your right or your left, depending on your driving side, and you see the homie on the side with a table S Porsche, you know there's something that you're not doing right. You know there's something that you're not doing right. And if you had to ask that owner, how did you get this car? And he's legit not royalty, he would probably tell you that it wasn't easy, guys. And that's one of the things that you have to digest as a man, specifically men. Life is hard for women, especially with the whole lot of single moms that we have now with the stats. We're not saying just because you got a vagina, then things are going to be easy for you. No, we're not putting it like that. But we are going to give men on this situation, on this topic, a little bit more pressure on the fact that men have to deal with more stress, have to deal with more pressure, only because they do not have the fruit of life. You know what I mean? We don't possess the fruit of life. So it's more crazy for a guy in this world. Okay? We don't get no free lifts when it rains outside and you ain't driving. But your girlfriend might be offered a lift and she might not pay anything, or she might pay later. So this video, guys, is for me just to get it into you. Something you probably know, but I'm going to enforce it in your mind today that you gotta be comfortable with the idea of difficulty. The mountain goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, and it forever does that. Even Table Mountain here in Cape Town, to get to the table horizon, you have to go up first. That's the difficulty. And sometimes in your life, you'll be going through the 𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐺, not so bad. And sometimes in your life, guys, you're going to go through the Everest. And you need to digest the difficulty, because that is how the world surfs out weakness. That is how we separate the 90% from the 10%. That's how we separate the 1% from the last 9%. It's only by difficulty, guys. And if things were easy, then it would be worthless. I mean, you could go outside and pray and have high hopes that you find a diamond somewhere right around the pathwalk on the road. You could pray all you want, go outside and hope you can find a bar of gold somewhere around the corner on your next tree. You could pray you could find an abandoned car with your name on the number plate, with the registration papers on the dashboard, with the keys dangling on the ignition, with that car with a built-in voice control simply saying, "Here I am, you can have me, I'm ready for a drive, where do you want to go?" You know? You could pray, you could wake up next morning and get an Instagram text from Beyonce. Okay, she's married. From any one of these, hoping to come to your house and have a good time with you. Since you got a triple story, Mr. Multi-Millionaire. That would be easy, guys. I'm sure the whole Instagram platform would be useless because it's all about levels, guys. And levels come with difficulty. This is how the world has to separate the chickens from the eagles. This is how the world has to separate from your small time corner chilling hustler to the multi-billionaire drug dealer. That's a bad example, but what I'm trying to say, guys, there's levels to this, and each of these levels, it means you have to deal with amount of difficulty and stress. You want the biggest arms in the gym, chances are you might have to go to the gym more often than not. Tell you right now, you're not getting no big arms going to the gym once a month. It doesn't work like that, guys. But the nice thing about the difficulty sort of code that the world has is it's not forever. The climb is crazy, guys, but eventually it gets easier. Check out my video on the accumulation number. Eventually it gets easier. But on this video, I just wanted to share with you guys that, listen, get used to the idea, especially if you're male, that it's going to be hard. Yeah, sure, do a smoke here and there, get a drink here and there, make love to your woman here and there, bring down the pressure a bit, but you can't rest too long, guys. You can't rest too long. Once you start getting used to the idea that my life will always be difficult for now, the better you'll get up and do all these things over the years with the simple one goal, one mission in mind, that that one day you will be a multi-millionaire and it'll be the last time you ever wash your car. Might be the last time you ever cook your own food. Might be the last time you ever do your own laundry. Might be the last time you ever drive yourself. Might be the last time you ever get delayed on paying your rent. You know what I mean? Might be the last time even getting to dress yourself up. If you're that kind of guy, get yourself some helpers that are going to bathe you, wipe you, put some cologne on you, tailor your clothes for you. That's what crazy money does, guys. But it all comes at a cost, and you got to be willing to go through the dirt, crazy dirt, over a long period of time so that you can relax later. You guys know that I'm a basketball fan, and I would like to use my man Michael Jordan for this example. A true definition of starting from nothing to something. And at that time, as much as crazy racism still is, guys, but I'm sure in the 80s it was a little bit too vicious, and I guess even worse before that, But for a young guy to make that kind of money, We all know how he became a billionaire. So that's a good example as to you got to see, you can see probably people around you or what you are going through, that with hard work, it eventually pays off, guys. You think Michael Jordan is not smoking his cigar in a yacht now? You think Michael Jordan cannot do worldwide tours when he feels like? You think Michael Jordan can't buy anything at any car dealership that he feels like? All of that came at a price, guys. He had to go through crazy workouts, crazy games, pressure on pressure. But when you do something so good for so long, practicing for so long, putting your mind, sweat, and tears into it for so long, eventually you learn how to handle pressure, guys. You now know how to maneuver around pressure. That is how you find someone like Trevor Noah, Kevin Hart speaking to 1,000 people, and you don't understand why this guy is not having stage fright. That's because he only started with 2 people, or even 1 person, making jokes to his mom with a girlfriend. That grew to be the funny guy around the family functions. That grew to be the funny guy at the day job. That grew to being the funny guy on the street. That grew to being the funny guy on a small audience that got bigger and bigger and bigger. So that person is not an expert, guys, at public speaking overnight. It took a while for him to learn how to deal with so many eyes looking at him. Probably even went through some books or courses just to get better at public speaking, delivering your words the way you should be, looking at people in the eyes the way you should be, body language, mind control, all of that, emotional handling, all of that takes time, guys, to get to that level. So when you watch these videos on Netflix, you blown out. You just use that as motivation. Don't hate. Just use that as motivation. Don't hate. As to how is this guy so good with controlling a crowd of 2,000, 5,000 people in one stadium? Small increments, guys, over time. But yeah, like I said, be comfortable with the idea that as a man, a human being, if you want anything good, guys, it's going to be hard. Blow some steam off, meditate, pray, get a drink, smoke, take a walk outside, anything you need to blow that steam off. But when it's showtime, it's showtime. And don't cry over it. Work, 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 blow off. Work, 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 blow off. Work, 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 get to the top. Then you can sort of rest. Because now you got financial power. Now you've got the skill they can never take away from you. Now you can hire people to help you blow off your steam even more. Whilst you're moving around in your Bugatti, your Ferrari, on a $2 million house with a whole lot of employees out there. And the greatest thing with all of that is all the knowledge and skills you've learned, no one will ever take away from you. Even if you had to remove all the money, the cars, the whatever assets that you have, at the end of the day, it's all in here. And that stays with you until you die. You know what I mean? So, get used to the idea that it's not going to be easy, guys. And the sooner you engrave that in your mind, the better you'll be able to handle all the life calamities that life is going to throw at you. You're going to be ready. Turn into a small fish to a shark. That takes time to change into that. Even evolution itself, guys. Most of the things that you see around you, human beings, animals, that took time for mammals to get to that sort of size level and smartness. And you can develop yourself as well to be able to handle pressure and the difficulties that come with life at hand. Okay, so keep reading, guys. Keep focusing, keep hustling, keep doing your thing, man. Keep being comfortable with the idea that it's going to get hard before it gets easy. That's your homework, man. That's your mission. Read, learn, and never forget that at the end of the day, you will find the gold. You will. Catch you guys on the next video, man. Have a good day.